Have you ever had a hole in your wall and you didn't quite know how to fix it? It seemed to be a little bit daunting to actually fix it. Well, here is a simple procedure how to repair holes in walls.
On the way I repair holes as opposed to the way he repairs holes. Here's the hole here, and obviously we've got some. We can put our fingers in there. We can figure out exactly. There should be studs. You know there should be studs here. The vertical posts to go up and down behind the walls to hold up the drywall should be studs here, and there should be studs here. So you can tell there's nothing here because there's no wood there. So basically what we do is we find out where it is, and usually what I do is I just take a hole saw. I don't do it the same way he does, but basically I just put a hole saw in, and I just saw across from here to here until the saw stops. Then you know you've hit the wall, and then once that's done, let me go a little bit farther here with the video here. As you can see here, he's actually marked it out. I don't mark nothing out. What I do is I just simply cut across the top, and then I cut down here. I use the stud, the wood that's inside the wall, as my guide to how I got to cut it. And then once I've got it cut, then what I do is I take a square, or matter of fact, if it's big enough, or what you do is just take a level, and just mark in. From here, mark in 3/4 of an inch, because the stud is 1.5 inches wide because it's 2 by 4. It's 1.5 inches wide. So basically, you go in 3/4 of an inch. You mark a point here. Down here, you mark a point also, and then you take a level, or if you got a big enough square, just cut with a knife straight down here, and again mark a 3/4 of an inch in, down up to here and there, and just go down there again straight. And then you've got you have exposed wood stud, and then what you do then is you put your square here, you insert a square in here, and then you just mark a hole, a line right across here, and you cut it. So then you've got a perfectly square hole, because from here to here should be exactly the same distance from here to here, and if it's not, if it's a little bit long, then you've got to cut it a little bit here. If it's too, so basically if it's too long one way, that's too short the other way. Then you just got to keep on opening it up at the bottom, at the opposite ends, until it does go right. And then basically once you got your hole all squared up, and you've got the measurements from here to here, and you got the measurement from here to here, then you know exactly what you've got to do, what kind of a piece of drywall you got to cut. And then this he's showing here. Then basically here, here's a drywall here. And then basically what I do is I make sure this is square, and then once I know this is square, I mark the size out, what you just measured from the hole, from here to here and from here to here, and then you use your level, and then you cut it. You score it with the drywall knife at the exact that point. And then you break it. Then you break the drywall the opposite way, so that you've got a strip of drywall now exactly the width of the hole. And then again, what you do is once you've got this strip broken off, then you mark exactly where you've got the of the drywall. And then again, then you take your level, and then you cut it across there again, and then you break it. So then you've got just real nice, perfectly square piece of drywall, and then you put you place that into the hole, and you have to remember where your studs are. This chap didn't do it yet here, but I guess he will. Or what he's done here, actually, what he's done here, from what I can see, is that he's put plastic back in and taped it, because you can see the ridge there. That's the actual exposed stud on both sides. This exposed stud. So what he's done is he's put the plastic back in there, and they put tape on there, and that's good for vapor barrier and various other reasons why you would want to put that in there. And then now that you've got this all taken care of, then what you do is you insert your drywall. And if the drywall is a little bit tight, you just keep on using your either a coarse file, or just use the edge of your drywall saw to to trim it in until it fits in nicely. It's got to fit nice and snug though, so don't overdo it, because otherwise you'll have more plastering repairs to do. And then of course you must keep in mind that your stud is only 3/4 of an inch into the drywall. So basically you got to put your drywall screw about 3/8 of an inch in. So in other words, half of the 3/4 of an inch. That's where the drywall screw has to go. And don't push too hard, otherwise you'll actually break the edge of the drywall. And then what I do after that is I put fiber tape on here. He uses paper tape, but I use fiber tape. Fiber tape is nice because you see exactly where you're putting the tape. And then once the fiber tape's on, then I usually use just some sheetrock 45 or even sheetrock 20 for the first coat. After that dries quickly, you can put the second coat on immediately with either sheetrock 45 or 90. And then the third coat, I usually use just an ordinary drywall compound on it. And then I just keep on putting it on until it's nice and smooth. And then I sand it, and then bingo, I'm ready for priming it, as this guy is showing here. And that's the end of it.